Welcome into week 12 of 5 picks in 5 minutes. I'm Tim Kalinowski, joined by Chris Raybon. Good week for us. Last week we go 3-2. You were 2-1 to move to 20-13 on the season. A lot of people would do anything to bet the NFL at that level, Chris Raybon. I mean, it's an honor just to breathe the same air on this recording with you. I go 1-1 per usual, so I'm 10-12 on the season. And before we get into it, we have Thanksgiving picks. We have picks for the rest of the weekend as well. And just a reminder that you can tell all of our picks for free thanks to our sponsor, BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks. They have an incredible offer for new users. Use bonus code ACTION when signing up to get up to $1,500 paid back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. On this Thanksgiving, all teams in action, NFL Week 12. Raybon, start us off.
Well, first of all, happy Thanksgiving, Tim, and thank you for the kind words, and happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there. Appreciate you watching. I'm going with the San Francisco 49ers from our first pick, -7 at Seattle. I just think this is bad timing for the Seahawks to be playing on a short week against this now healthy 49er team. You know, Geno Smith banged up, DK Metcalf a little banged up, and you look at this 49er team, and what do they do really well? They limit explosive plays. Well, Seattle offensively is bottom 6 in third down conversion rate and bottom 6 in the red zone. So if they can't get explosive plays, it's going to be tough sledding. 20 of the last 22 49er wins have come by at least 7 points. 18 of the last 22 by 8 or more. So give me the Niners -7 in Seattle.
Yeah, that Seattle team super banged up. Kenneth Walker as well. You and I were both on the Rams last week, and I think we could say that we kind of escaped with the one.
Yeah, definitely.
It was close. It was close. I'm on Thanksgiving as well here. Washington +12.5 at Dallas. Puke. Look, there's a million reasons why Washington isn't the side here. You mentioned it. Favorites on Thanksgiving, and I'll raise you more than that. Favorites of 10 or more points. 8-0 against the spread on Thanksgiving since 2005. 11-0 against the spread last 30 years. Thank you, Evan Abrams, for that. So I look at that and I say, why the hell am I betting Washington? Well, I just think at one point this is too many points. Sam Howell, 5-1 against the spread in his career on the road. Ron Rivera, he's actually been pretty good in Washington in division as a dog. 8-4-2 against the spread. I think, divisional matchup, Washington has what it takes to keep this thing close. And why not have a little fun betting on Thanksgiving, taking the big dog, Washington +12.5.
First of all, watch your mouth when you talk about Tommy DeVito's team. Second of all, I think it's 6 picks in 5 minutes because you probably just convinced half the people out there to bet Dallas with all those numbers about all these favorites. But hey, I mean, I can't hate on the bonus pick. But
it's an old psychology trick, Raybon. You lead with why you shouldn't hire me, why you shouldn't do this, and then you turn it all around.
All right. Well, I am hoping that the Jacksonville Jaguars got turning it all around out of the way last week, because I'm going with the Houston Texans +1.5 at home against the Jaguars. I think it's a great matchup for Houston. Jacksonville plays the 4th most zone coverage on defense. Houston, the top offense in the NFL in adjusted net yards per pass attempt against zone coverage, right up at 8.5. The Texans averaging 30 points a game over the last 3, 486 yards of offense, and they left points on the table too. Jacksonville 7-3 against the spread, but I think there's some regression coming. Divisional road favorites covering at a 70% clip or more are just 47, 77, and 3 against the spread, just 38% since 2005. So I'm rolling with CJ Stroud and the Texans yet again.
Staying on Thanksgiving, Green Bay and Detroit over 47, and I wanted to bet Green Bay at plus the points. I really did, but I'm just going to settle on the over here. Detroit, we know their offense is going to get theirs. They're 6th in points per game, 2nd in yards per game, and it's also a big mismatch in terms of what Detroit is able to do rushing the ball and Green Bay's poor rush defense. But this is about Jordan Love for me. Can Green Bay get theirs? Jordan Love in his last 3 weeks, of those 3 weeks, 2 of them, he's had his highest passing grade per PFF. The Lions have a weaker secondary. They grade 24th PFF in coverage. And Love has been able to eat on weaker secondaries during the last 3 weeks, both those LA teams weak secondary. So I think Love can get his here to push this thing over 47. Also, these teams played earlier this year. They combined for 54 points. So early kickoff, Thanksgiving Day. Why not root for points? Green Bay, Detroit over 47.
I'm going to roll with the Los Angeles Rams +1 at Arizona for my final pick. Going back to the well with the Rams, probably going to be another sweat. But even after downgrading for Cooper Kupp, who I think is going to be out, and upgrading the Cardinals for Kyler Murray, I still make the Rams a road favorite in this spot. Arizona is still a bottom 2 defense. They just lost their green dot, Kaiser White. And remember, Atlanta was -2 on the road against Arizona. And now you're telling me the Rams are an underdog? I have the Rams rated better than Arizona as well. In his career, at home, in the division, Kyler Murray just 3-8 against the spread, 27%. And on average, he's failing to cover by 7.5 points per game in those matchups. So give me the Rams +1 at Arizona.
Yeah, after last week with that sweat and having the Rams against Seattle, I've had enough Rams, so I'll let you play that on your own. I want nothing to do with that. That'll do it for us this week on this Thanksgiving week. Special happy Thanksgiving, like you said, Raybon, to everybody who watches, and all of our producers behind the scenes, as well as Evan Abrams, who provides me with a lot of our stats. I know you do your own research. I have to rely on other people. Work smarter, not harder. So make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel so you never miss an episode, and comment below your favorite bets for week 12 in the NFL. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Raybon, it's a pleasure.
Always.